I promised you guys I would tell you about my birthing experience, and that's what I'm gonna do really quick. So first of all, I did not do the epidural. I kind of knew I wasn't gonna do it because I'm afraid of needles like terribly, and I just thought just the fact of something going in my back, like how could I even go through that? But whatever. So, but then again, I didn't know what it was gonna, blah blah blah, doesn't matter. Anyway, so I was scheduled to give birth October 10th, and I started having pain that, like, I think September 30th or something like that. Xavier came on the Friday, which was October 1st, and I started having contractions the Tuesday of that week. That Monday of that week, I did not go to work, mainly because I just didn't feel like it. It's like you're 9 months pregnant and you're fat and you're tired, and like it was hot, and I don't know, I just didn't want to go to work that Monday. I came in that Tuesday, and I was having contractions that Monday night, but I came in regardless, because that was going to be like my last week of work. Anyways, came to work the Tuesday. I promised my boss I was going to be there for the rest of the week because my shower was supposed to be on the Thursday. Well, a surprise shower, that is. But I knew about it because they told my husband, and he told me. But anyway, so went in Tuesday night, went home, was feeling contractions, whatever. Woke up like 4 or 5 o'clock that morning, and I came back from the bathroom, and I realized that something like just dropped out of me. Like, I thought I peed on myself, and when I checked, I thought I peed on myself, or it was like maybe my water. And then when I put my hands down, it was blood, and I'm like, oh my god, James, I'm bleeding. And he woke up, and he's like, oh no, it's fine, it's a bloody show, you're supposed to get that. So I'm like, oh my god. So go back to the bathroom, there's blood everywhere, and I'm like, okay, jump in the shower, call my parents, they come, they get us, take us to the hospital. Turns out that it was false alarm. They told me that what happened is that my cervix is now open, so the baby can come anytime now. So went home. That Thursday, James wanted to know if he should have gone to work or not. So I'm like, just go to work because we don't know when the baby's gonna come. He set up this cute little like timer thing on my phone where I can time the contractions. Anyways, he left on Thursday, and I'm home, and I started feeling contractions, and I wasn't sure like if I should call the doctor, if they were serious, because remember I was having them previously and it was a false alarm. Anyways, I called the doctor, and I told her that I'm feeling pain, and what should I do? Should I come in? She said I should come in only if they last for an hour, and if they're 5 minutes apart. So I'm like, okay, fine. So anyway, like around 4 o'clock, they started coming in like 5 minutes apart for an hour. So called my doctor. She told me come in right away. Took another shower. Call James, tell him to jump on the train, meet me at the hospital, call my parents. My dad came, got us. I was nervous now because I'm like, okay, this is for real. Like, this is for real. Like, a baby's gonna come out my vagina. Anyway, so we get to the hospital, and my dad's like so pissed because those like people, nurses, whatever, that's supposed to have the wheelchair for like the pregnant woman to like push you into the to labor and delivery, they weren't there, but they were there the day before. So he was like all mad because he didn't want me to walk, and he was like being super protective, but whatever. Anyways, when we got upstairs and they put me in the room. Okay, so they got me in the room, and when they got me in the room, they hooked me up to the IVs. They realized that my contractions weren't coming 5 minutes apart anymore. They were more now like 20 minutes apart, 25 minutes apart. So the nurses figured more or less I was probably dehydrated. So that sucked because we all thought that it was going to be another false alarm and I was going to have to go home, etc. So anyway, they decided that even though the contractions were coming in farther apart and they could send me home, Xavier decided that he wanted to take a nap, so his heartbeat wasn't going the rapid rate that they wanted it to go. It was more of a subtle kind of at a standstill at certain points. So they were kind of wary about that, so they had me continue to take more IV. Oh, Then they let me wear an oxygen mask. That scared the crap out of me, because then I thought like, oh my god, maybe there's something serious. I mean, they kept telling me that everything was fine, but you know, I didn't think, maybe I thought maybe they didn't want to worry me, etc. And then James had left to get like food, so he wasn't there when they were putting the oxygen mask on, and it was just a mess. Anyway, they decided that they were just gonna keep me there and just continue to check me just to see if like I opened up anymore, like my cervix. When they did check, I was 1 centimeter, and I was like, oh my god, 1 centimeter? You need to be 10 centimeters to give birth vaginally. So I figured, oh my god, they're gonna send me home, because I had a friend who was 1 centimeter for like 3 days. So I was just like, oh my god, this is not the night. Anyway, my doctor came like right then and there. It was like around 8:30, 9 o'clock now, and I got to the hospital like around 6:30ish. So first of all, I was happy when she came, because I had 3 doctors, 3 OBGYNs, and that's kind of annoying because you can't vibe with all 3 doctors. It has to be one that's your favorite. And Dr. Agden, oh my god, I swear to god, I love this woman. She was my favorite. So the fact that she came that night, I was like happy. Anyway, she gave me 2 choices. She said I could either go home and just keep coming back with like contraction pain and, you know, false alarm, or she could insert something in my vagina called cervica or something like that. Look it up, I don't know, I'm not sure. Anyway, we decided to go with the cervica. That I thought that was inducing your labor, but it's not, because when you induce your labor, basically the drugs, it's sending contractions, it's making you have contractions, but I already was having contractions, so it wasn't doing that. All it did was just open up my cervix. But oh my god, when she inserted that thing in my vagina, it hurt so much, like I don't know, I mean, undescribable. Anyways, when she was done, she told me she was gonna get me a sleeping pill so I can rest up, so that tomorrow, which would be the Friday, October 1st, I would be all ready to push Xavier out. Anyway, about an hour into it, I started feeling like contractions, like really hard, like a minute apart, like large ones. And mind you, I'm hooked up to the heart monitor to monitor the baby's heartbeat. I'm like on my 2nd bag of IV, because supposedly I'm dehydrated, because they need the baby to like wake up, so they need to give me liquid. Then I have the oxygen mask on me. I mean, oh my god, then I had to use the bathroom like every 2 seconds because of all of the IV bags that I was taking. So each time I had to go to the bathroom, I had to disconnect the heart monitor, take off the oxygen mask, disconnect the IV, and like walk my way to the bathroom, then having a contraction on the toilet, walking back to the bed. I mean, it was crazy. After like 2 hours into it, I was like, oh my god, James, like this is crazy. Why would they give me a sleeping pill to put me to sleep, and clearly I'm feeling all this pain, like something's not right here. Just so happens that the cervica that they, or whatever it's called, that they inserted in my vagina, it overstimulated it, and they didn't think that it would work so fast. So, which is the reason why they gave it to me. No, my body, like, I don't know what happened, and it was just crazy. The doctor gave the nurses permission to take it out. So I was excited, because I'm like, oh my god, at least I can get some relief. When the nurse went to take the thing out, she could not find it. Yes, you heard me, she could not find it. So she went in a 2nd time. When she went in a 2nd time, oh my god, like I guess she was embarrassed because the fact that she couldn't find it. So when she went to get it the 2nd time, she pushed her hand all the way up, like guys, I screamed so much. It hurt so bad. Like I looked at my husband's face, and he literally looked like he wanted to cry for me because of the pain I was in. She couldn't find it the 2nd time either. She had to leave, go get another nurse to come to try a 3rd time to get this thing out my vagina. Oh my god. Okay, when that nurse came, she ended up taking it out with a lot of like force. When she got it out, she told me that, okay, it's gonna be better, it should be better, but it looked like too much got inside of me, so I was still contracting, like instead of every minute, every 3 minutes. I was in so much pain, so much pain. So she asked me if I wanted to take something called Demerol, which I don't even know why the heck I took that. It was an injection in my butt, which I realized, well, someone told me after they could have put it through the IV, and I got it in my butt, and that did not work, not one bit. That was supposed to calm down that relief. Didn't work. Anyway, around 5:30 they came in and told me I was 5 centimeters, and I'm like, I don't care. And they're like, you're doing so good, and I'm like, whatever, just get this baby out, whatever. Anyways, they kept coming to me like, do you want to do an epidural, do you want to do an epidural, because I was in a ridiculous amount of pain. And I kept saying no, I'm not, and I was trying to breathe, and I'm like, I'm not gonna take it, I'm not gonna take it. And like around 6 o'clock my mom came, and she's like, oh, you okay? And I'm like, oh yeah, but I have to use the bathroom, because you start to feel like you have to go number 2. And I was like, Mom, I have to go to the bathroom, I have to go to the bathroom. Nobody wanted me to go to the bathroom because they did not want me to do number 2, because supposedly that was the baby coming, so they didn't want me to take the risk of me going on the toilet. So I go to my mom. I'm like, Mom, because she's like in my way and she wouldn't let me go to the bathroom. I'm like, I grabbed her by her head. I'm like, I need to go to the bathroom, I have to go number 2. And she's like, no, you can't. It was hilarious. Like now when I look back, I'm like, oh my god. So went to the bathroom, and like since it was like 6 o'clock, now 6:30, they changed shifts. So another nurse came in. She was a godsend. She came in and told me how to breathe better, and she like fixed the bed in like a way where it was like in a sitting position. So I sat in the bed upright, and then like I started concentrating on my breathing, and that helped me so much, okay? And then like around 7:30, 8 o'clock, I lost it. Like I had to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, oh my god, you guys, I have to go to the bathroom, I have to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, fuck. And my mother goes, watch your language, dear, don't say that, okay? That's not a good word. I'm like, really? Here I am about to push out a baby, and I said the F word. Shoot me, like really? So anyway, I got up now because I couldn't take it anymore, and I'm like going to the bathroom, and I'm like, I have to go, and they're like trying to hold me back. Same time my doctor came in. Love her. And she's like, oh, my baby, and she starts to rub my hair, and she's like patting me, and she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I have to push, I have to go number 2. And she's like, come on. So she puts me on the bed, and she's like, okay, you're 9 centimeters. I'm like, I don't care, I have to push and whatever. So she's like, yeah, you can push. So I started pushing. She didn't even like look at the monitor to see when I was having a contraction. She just totally just trusts me on it. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm having another contraction. And she's like, push. So I pushed for about 30 minutes. And first they had me laying on my back, and the baby wasn't coming out that way. So they had me, that same nurse that told me to sit upright, she told me to lay on my side. So I actually laid on my side, and I was like holding my mother like around her waist, and James had my leg, like one of my like right leg, and the baby came out, you know, and oh man, okay. So I'm pushing, and I'm like, okay, I can do this. And then all of a sudden you feel this burn, undescribable, okay? It burned so badly, like fire. I was like, oh my god, it's burning. And the doctor's like, push through the burn. And I'm like, oh my god. But anyways, I did. And James, while I was pushing, he starts like crying, and he's like, I see our baby, I love you so much. I'm like, whatever, you know, but I still wasn't mean to him. I just wanted the baby to come out. So I think when you feel that burn, that pretty much means that the baby's on its way. And Xavier came out weighing 6 pounds 14 ounces. He was estimated to weigh 7, but he came a week early. Alright guys, talk to you soon. Have any questions, feel free to just ask me. Bye.